This is Open Wheel Live. So, Texas and the Canadian Grand Prix, back on track. But, so Texas was a very interesting race. If you haven't already seen, Will Power won at Texas. Tony Kanaan finished third. Simon Pagenaud fourth. Or Pagenaud finished third. I don't remember who finished fourth. But Gabby Chavez finished fifth. Only his second race with the Harding Racing Group. New cars. Race recap. Lap 60, lap 50 something or 60 something. Rossi is in the middle of the three wide with the two blue Ganassi cars, and he just ping ponged and hit the wall, spun and hit the wall. Then on the pit stops, the Hinchcliffe came out, lost the back end, hit Elio, and Elio hit Sato. Hinchcliffe and Elio were fine. Sato lost a lap because he had to repair his front wing. 30 laps later, something broke on Elio's car and he slid up into the wall in turn 2. Then, bit later, there was the big one, which is about 8 cars. After that, there were about 11 cars left in the race. People blame Tony Kanaan because they were going 3 wide into turn 3, but, there's no reason to go 3 wide. It hadn't worked all night. Aloshin shouldn't have done that. And Aloshin did do that. And, Hinchcliffe had nowhere to go. Tony Kanaan moved up the racetrack to get into the corner, or he wouldn't have made the corner. So he moves up the racetrack, and Hinchcliffe moves up the racetrack, but Hinchcliffe didn't move up the racetrack enough. He hit Kanaan's side pod and spun and hit Aloshin, and then they just all piled up behind. So that was fun. And then about, I guess it was about 100 laps later, I suppose. Well, there's a red flag for that. And then about 100 laps later, with 5 or 6 to go, Newgarden hits the wall. This was like 30 laps earlier. And then with 5 to go, Sato and Dixon get together, and that ends their race, and that was the end of the race. So that was, that it is what it is. But, the IndyCar drivers don't like the pack racing. They can give their opinion, but the fans love the pack racing. So it's a split decision. If the fans like it, then you might as well let them have it. But that was Texas. It was probably one of the best races of the season. Next up for IndyCar is the Kohler Grand Prix in Road America in 2 weekends. So that's that. On to Canada. So now on to Canada, and it was an okay race. The start was interesting. We had Sainz got away from the line slow on the formation lap, which is strange. But anyway, so lap 1, Vettel fell back. It was Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, Vettel, and then Ricciardo, I think. So they get through turn 1 and 2. They get ready to head into the first chicane. And I believe it was Grosjean hits the back of Sainz, spins Sainz. Sainz careens into Massa, who's already heading into the second part of the first chicane. And so they're out of the race. Safety car. Thought there was going to be a red flag. No red flag. Really disappointed. But, it went on as usual. Everybody made one stop. There was a hat on the track at one point. Kind of interesting. After the straight and then the second chicane. That leads down into the hairpin. There's a hat under the tunnel. That was pretty interesting. Or under the bridge. And so that was probably one of the best parts of the race. But Vettel's front wing broke, and there wasn't a safety car for that because it was debris all over the track. But Hamilton just kind of drove away, and Valtteri along with him. And then Sainz, I think, retired. No, just Fiat retired because of engine problems. So both Toro Rossos were just done. One McLaren made it to the finish. That was Van Dorn. Magnussen got a penalty for passing under yellow, which was poo. It was pooey, but it was a virtual safety car where Verstappen retired at the beginning of the race, towards the beginning of the race, about lap 20 or something. But, Sainz retired. Alonso was in a points-paying position. And then, typical McLaren, Honda, or typical Honda, actually. His engine blows up, and Alonso's day was done. That put Magnussen in a point-scoring position. So Magnussen, the only Haas driver to score points. But hey, it's still points. Ocon and Perez had a bit of a scrap. So I'm going to put a video up here now. So that was, so it was a very interesting point in the race. And then, really nothing happened after that. Vettel caught and passed both Force Indias, which they were trying not to have happen, and Vettel finished 4th, and Ricciardo finished 5th, and, it was Hamilton, Valtteri, Ricciardo, Vettel, and Ocon, Perez, but the Force India meeting after the race, I bet you, was really fun. So it is what it is, but overall it was a very good race. Azerbaijan, same day, will be the same day as Road America in 2 weeks' time, and I will have an episode up next week. With predictions and some talk. Hope you all loved the video, and if you did, hit that like button, and Remember to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.